Hey everybody, welcome back. Valerie here. Today we're going to paint this coastal oil painting. I'm going to hopefully break down some painting techniques and some composition and have some fun. And hopefully you'll paint along with me, or you just watch and be inspired to do your own thing. Hey everybody, Valerie Lamstees here, Atlantic Beach. I am getting ready to paint this Seascape with you today. I have my 20 by 20 canvas all set up, nice and white and intimidating. And I took this picture on the beach a couple of days ago, and I really liked it because it was so moody and kind of dynamic. So I made sure that the size of my image is the same kind of configuration, square in this case, as my canvas. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stain the canvas with some kind of bright yellows and some quinacridone violet. I'm going to get myself some nice clean turpentine, and lots of turpentine just kind of hanging out there on the canvas, or I mean on the palette. And in this case, I'm going to do both a lemon yellow and a cadmium yellow. Just to kind of change it up a little bit. Oh, I got a little bit of red in there. Don't really like that. Okay. And while I'm putting on the stain, I am looking at my image and I'm thinking about where I want that. Sorry, it's hard to chalk and chew gum at the same time. Where I want my sea, my ocean line, my horizon line to be. So at this point, I can kind of play around with it, right? So I'm feeling like you obviously don't want to have it right in the middle of your canvas or your composition, because that just looks boring. And so you want to have some sort of breakup of this is going to be the sky, and then down here I'm going to have a strip of what's going to be the ocean, and then I'm going to have a smaller strip. I'm going to break it up into kind of thirds, even in this area of sand, or beach, sand to ocean, and this is going to be the sky. So real quickly, I'm going to take this yellow paint and I'm just going to paint a little on each side to kind of give it a little bit of stain. Okay, so isn't that fun? All right, so now I'm going to do the quinacridone down here, and quinacridone is a type of violet. So I'm going to take a little bit of that violet, lots of turpentine again. Hey, Ginger. Ginger Cat's gonna come visit us. I feel a little like Mr. Rogers. Didn't he have a pet come? I also don't want to leave a line in between the yellow and the quinacridone because then that's going to read as white. And while that might be part of something I want to leave at some point, today it's not. So you can see my canvas is trying to turn around here. Okay. And again, I'm just going to paint the sides a little. Paint here. I'm going to paint underneath. a lemon yellow with lots of turpentine and a quinacridone with lots of turpentine. I'm gonna put my brush away, and another instructor that I've taken classes with, Joe Lombardo, he taught me this technique and I really like it, where you're taking away from your stain to find those super whites. So it's just another time where you're looking at your image and making decisions as you're going. And then it just simplifies your painting later on. So I'm gonna do that. I'm taking just, in this case I have a paper towel. Other people like to use t-shirt or rag. So I'm looking at this image, my picture, and I'm seeing that right here, I have a real, here's the light source of the image. All right, so I'm wiping that away, and I'm seeing that there's a triangle here of kind of a brighter color. And above that, there's some missing color there. Okay. And then also I have the blue strip that's here. I have a pale strip down here. So I'm going to take some of that out. And then above that, you can see there's there's that dark cloud that's coming through like this. And then underneath that, there's some lighter areas. Okay, then also down here in the strip of the ocean that I'm going to do, and you can see that you kind of have two triangles. You have one that's here of the ocean, and then what's left is going to be a second triangle. So I'm going to start thinking about where do I want that second triangle? Okay, so this is kind of where I'm doing this is going to be where the ocean is, that triangle. So that's it for my wash right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting in some of the other colors. I think what I'm going to start with is a mix of ultramarine blue and a burnt sienna, which is going to be my dark. I've said before that I don't like using black. I just feel like it's coloristically really dull looking. So I like to use ultramarine and a burnt sienna to create my dark. And I'm gonna just start putting in, squinting your eyes. This is a good technique, squint your eyes and think about where are the darks. All right, you don't need quite this large a brush. This is great for a stain, but really not so great for, well, I could probably put in some, you know what, I'm gonna try it, why not? Let's make just tuck my whole glass jar in my pile of white. I hate when I do that. Anyway, all right, so I have my big brush and I have some ultramarine blue here and I have some raw umber. So I'm just creating this dark color. And I'm gonna squint my eyes, like I said, and this is gonna be my darkest dark down here. So you can see I'm just going over top of that other quinacridone, and it's dried pretty quickly. still very thin paint. I still have a lot of turpentine in there, so that's gonna just make it really dark. So you can see I'm just kind of mixing a pile there of ultramarine blue and the raw umber, and then I'm adding some turpentine to make it very drippy. So I really want to get this to be, this is my darkest dark. So I want to make sure that when I get going that this really reads as my darkest dark. And I will add layers over top of that as I go. And then I'm also seeing that this triangle maybe might be a little bit more shaped like that. All right, and then I think I'm gonna take just a little bit more ultramarine blue in there, and I'm gonna go into the ocean area and just kind of put in the shapes I see there. See that I have a wave here, this, and then I have some other kind of wave here, and then these shapes just are kind of coming forward, just a little bit like this. So I have sort of some choppy sea there, and then I'm gonna try to go back into my sky a little bit, but first what I'd like to do is I really want to thin out my color. When you use a lot of turpentine, it drips down the edge of your brush, which is not so fantastic. Like I said, a lot of people wear gloves because of this very reason. I just don't like the feel of it, but lots of people do. Or actually, lots of people don't like probably the feeling of the turpentine on their hand. That's what I would guess. Okay, so I have a thin wash of ultramarine blue and the raw umber, and I'm gonna think about this area. So here's where I pulled off the paint, and here's where I'm gonna put the darks in. So I'll make sure I don't want to drip it everywhere. If it drips a little bit, it's not that big a deal, but I also want to keep some of the areas not dripping so much. You can see my easel really shaking. I must have uneven floors. So you can see these are the areas that are the lights up in here. Then I also have this kind of like big cloud up here. Here's that light source again. Here's that triangle of color. And then over here, I have a little bit of dark coming there too. Okay, you can see that's kind of dripped down. I may wipe that off here in a minute. Okay, that's just going to be the shapes of my clouds. All right. So for the blue, the bright blues, I want to talk to you a couple of things, and then I'm going to fast forward. The sky is always more intense and darker blue at the top of your sky, or the top of your painting in this case. The top of the sky is always going to be brighter and darker, and as it comes down to the horizon in your photograph or in nature, in your painting, it's going to get lighter and lighter. You also have a couple of things happening where the darker part of your painting, especially it seems like with the at the ocean, that you're going to have more ultramarine blue, and then this is going to get more of a turquoise or cerulean kind of color. So I'm going to change the blue as I come down, but they'll kind of like fade together. We'll be mixing them both back and forth to kind of create a fade. So we'll see what that looks like. I love most about oil painting is the ability to do one layer over another and still see that the other layer come through in a transparency. And one of the ways that's easiest to do that is to use an oil painting medium. I like this one a lot. It's by Utrecht. It has in it Damara varnish, linseed oil, and turpentine mixed together. So it's a medium that helps you make your paint thinner so that you can see one layer through the other, and that helps your colors really kind of bloom. And I thought each week it would be fun to talk about just some color mixing. And here's a new color combination that I kind of have recently found that I really, really like. And so I'm going to show you this just for sake of reference, because I don't think you can really see here. This is phthalo green. Now, those of you that are new to oil painting may or may not have used phthalo blue and phthalo green, but those are some of my favorite. They really pack a punch though. So a little bit goes a long way. So this is phthalo green mixed with quinacridone red. So usually quinacridone is a violet, like a really bright, intense violet. And if you saw my abstract floral, you saw that there was a lot of quinacridone in the background, so that like really bright purple. So this is a quinacridone red. And these two colors mixed together kind of create this dusty grayish blue is what I would call it. And then I've added white to it. So I'm hoping that you can see this. So here you can see my palette. There are lots of piles of paint, lots of lights and darks going back and forth between what's the lightest paint to what's the darkest paint. Sometimes it's nice to make a kind of a 3-pile layer of paint where you have a light, medium, and dark of the same color. So you'll see lots of variations of color on the palette. And then here I'm just trying to work the entire canvas, the entire painting at the same time, instead of fixating on one area of the painting and neglecting all the other areas, because then what you end up with is one tiny finished area and an unfinished painting everywhere else. Usually you will find that there is one area of the painting that you are not looking forward to, that you have to psych yourself up to get to. So here I'm just trying to work on the low-key reflective quality of the water. It was sort of dusk at this point, so you don't want to use super high key colors or light colors on the water here, because you don't want it to look like it was, you know, full day sunshine. So here I'm just really evaluating color. I'm just making colors, looking at my image, thinking about what colors I want to use, what other colors I might want to bring in. As I said earlier, I used ultramarine blue and an umber to create my kind of lights and darks of the clouds. And then I'm adding a little bit of violet or a little bit of red or more yellow to the lights of the clouds. I also have mixed in some orange, which I've made from my cadmium red and my cadmium yellow. So I've made an orange and then I've muted it out into that gray to kind of make a in-between color, in between the yellow and the gray blue for the clouds. I think it would be great if you could paint this fast in real life. It looks fun. But as you're painting in your own project, give yourself plenty of time to just play in the paint and make mistakes. You'll get a lot further with that attitude. Like, oh, I made a mistake. I don't need to fix it right now. I can come back to that. I can let it sit there for a minute. Then in relation to the other thing next to it, I can correct it. Is it lighter, darker? Is the color off? And so I'm getting closer to the end. I'm painting using the side of my brush, just making some big kind of marks with the side of my brush. Looking at it a lot longer in between, kind of making those final adjustments. I found another color that I liked here, so I just quickly put it on a piece of paper, give myself some information to make that color again next time. That's something that works for me. Here I'm showing you that I'm mixing up a color to sign my signature. So thanks for tuning in for this week's coastal painting. I hope that you learned something. I hope I was able to break some things down for you about color and about how to start your painting. I know that we're all creative, and so my goal is to just get your creative on, hopefully to inspire you to make your own works. So if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to have every week, every Friday is my goal, to come straight to your phone, subscribe to my channel, that'd be great too. And hopefully I will see you next week. Thanks, guys.